Alright, alright, alright.
Hello, I like money.
Last guy goat just resubbed for 32 months.
Ooh,
I am now a 32% tariff.
I love tariffs. What's up, Skaga? Thank you for 32 tariffs. How you doing? Sorry, is there still a slime? Did like actually no one go to you? That is very unfortunate. To be fair, I personally never went to a parent-teacher conference, so... Although the parent-teacher conferences were, like, after school anyways, so, like... I don't really understand why anyone would bother. I mean, you probably have a better explanation as to the reason why those exist. Yeah, yeah. For you, you had no choice, obviously, but like, I don't really understand the point of all that. You should have done some chunk digging instead. Could have gotten some good progress in that time. Yeah, and see, that's what I thought. It's like, if you're struggling in school, then obviously you would probably want to go to one. But then, yeah, like you said, I mean, that's just not really gonna happen. And then, like, I didn't struggle in school, so there was literally no point for me to go, really. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised they even do parent-teacher conferences still. Hold on, let me make a little pathway here. Need it to be on this block. Low key, Skygoat, the more I hear from you in chat, the more I feel like our education system is completely broken. Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that. If you just came to the parent-teacher conferences, we could have told you that your kid is an idiot and doesn't do anything. We would have gladly told you that. It's true, though. But, yeah, I don't know. But again, like, I don't know. I feel like there's not a lot of circumstances where a kid is doing very poorly in school and the parent is actually coming in being like, so, how do we fix this? Without, like, getting mad at the teacher or something. Like, actually being calm and rational about it, I mean. Nice. Oh. Actually, let's repair the shovel. Yeah. I mean, there's not much you can do besides contact them in any way you can. If they're not willing to show up to your classroom, then the least you can do is email them and hope they pay attention, I guess. Well, yeah, but telling parents that their kid can't own a phone is like, that's not gonna happen. Bring back flip phones. You need to give them Obama phones. I remember that thing. Literally the cheapest phone you could possibly have that could only send messages. See, I don't know if that would actually fix the problem, but I guess if you made it so that these phones can't have, like, games, social media, and whatever, then I guess that could work, but, like, good luck getting every parent to, or even majority of parents to agree to, like, just take away their kids' phones or not let them bring it to school or whatever. Or to not get mad at the school if they do confiscate a phone or whatever. Granted, I don't actually know how we would go, but I feel like Americans don't like being told what to do very much. So... or at least being told by people they perceive as not important enough to them. If number 47 said no more cell phones in schools, maybe they would actually listen. But that's not happening. Right, yeah, and that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, I feel like that's more of a liability for you guys to even confiscate phones in the first place. So yeah, that makes sense if you guys just straight up don't do that anymore. Oh yeah. I mean, I guess maybe we just need to look to other countries and see how they do things. And then just see what works, what doesn't, and implement it ourselves. Because clearly what we're doing is not working. And I'm sure schools are not perfect and like everywhere else around the world, but I feel like there's other places that still do it a lot better than we do. I can only hope it doesn't mean you have to get rid of freedoms for that to be the case. Or at least, like, all of your freedoms, rather. Yeah. It's weird because I don't... I feel like some restrictions is kind of necessary, but I also don't want to like completely trample on people's freedom to, exist. There's got to be some in between to make things like schools work. Or perhaps we're just doing it wrong. Maybe you don't have to restrict freedoms, you just need to make school, like, better. But that would, of course, require an overhaul of the entire system and possibly our own society to make schooling in a non-restrictive way possible without it, crippling families financially or socially or anything like that. Because I don't think it would necessarily be a bad thing to, like, let kids be a little more free at school, but you have to make sure that, kids still learn something. Oh yeah, I mean, but hey, trust me, they're gonna delete it, and then they're gonna replace it with something way better. Trust me, man. You just gotta trust the plan here. Sorry, the concept of a plan. My apologies. I wonder if there's something you can do about that, though, without having to restrict kids' freedom to a harsh extent. Maybe find a way to use that to actually get them to learn somehow, but I'm not sure if that's possible, or if it is possible, if it's actually doable in this country. Also, not to completely blame teachers, obviously, but there's definitely been teachers that I've had in my life that made me resent school, or at least resent their class every single day that I went to it. And then I've also had teachers that made me genuinely want to learn and actually go to their class to, learn something. But it probably also helps that I wasn't really much of a trouble child when it came to class disruptions in that regard. If I wasn't engaged, I wouldn't disrupt or like get distracted like that. I just would kind of tune it out and just bide the time until I left, I guess. Dissociate, that's the word. Yeah, we're talking about the greatest and freest education system on planet Earth. I think I just heard an eagle screech over my apartment. That's a completely original sentences. Jeez. That's crazy. Yeah, that too. There's just literally too many kids. It's like we don't really expect parents at home to be able to deal with more than one or two or three kids at a time. How can we expect a teacher to deal with 10 times that amount? Especially when some of these parents already can't handle dealing with 1 to 3 or more kids at a time anyways. That's probably why some of the kids are hard to deal with, because like they don't get the attention they need at home, so they'll get it at school, and that causes a lot of disruption. Or maybe they're more restricted at home than they even are at school, so they treat school as the non-serious thing in their life, and you just literally cannot get them to actually focus on the task at hand. I don't know. It's probably a whole bunch of mix of reasons anyways, so I guess it also helps that I was part of some of the last kids that like didn't completely fully depend on the internet for literally everything all of the time ever. Or at least that only really started by the time I was already in high school. So like kids were already mostly accustomed to not using their phones or using the internet all times of the day, every moment they're awake in the day. Jeez. To be fair, that's goat behavior by the bus driver right there. I get it. One time some kid threw it. Oh god. Yeah. I'm glad I did not have to consistently ride the bus. Yeah. That's true though. Yeah. The bus driver really has no choice but to basically stage a mini protest if the admins aren't doing anything to actually solve the problem, you know? That's not the bus driver's fault or problem, really, if the kids literally will not and cannot behave. They are just doing their job. And you can only expect so much of them. Yeah. Low key, I was the kid who just left school whenever my family had time to pick me up, basically. It was kind of annoying because I didn't ride the bus to go home, but then I also had to wait on my family to pick me up, and they were almost never on time, so... But, I mean, what I would usually do is just, I would just do my homework before I even get home, and then just go home and play Minecraft. So, it kind of worked out. Also, hold on. Chat's going too fast. I can't dig and read. Yeah, I mean, legit though. Like, if you're a bus driver and you got to deal with these moron kids, it's legit just like... I get it when they crash out. Oh yeah, and see, that's the thing too. Like, a bus is like basically a tank. Like, the kids are gonna be fine if the bus hits something, but the driver is conscious, and possibly the person getting hit by the bus probably won't be fine. Like, those things are kind of terrifying to be like. Like, there's a reason you gotta just be careful and not try and drive around them, especially when they have the stop thing going. Doesn't stop some people, though. Yeah, imagine being able to walk to school. Crazy. This is America. Is there a map of that song? Like a ranked map? I feel like there should be. I mean, part of the reason I didn't ride the bus home or go walk home is because of my family. I don't know, my mom just was like, don't ever use the bus, but then also because we lived in Detroit when I was in like elementary and middle school, my mom was like, do not go walking home. Like, especially by myself. I mean, to be fair, I feel like we didn't live in that part, or that bad of a part of Detroit, but I still get it. Like, I understood, even at that time. There has never been a time where I lived in a comfortable walking distance away from a school. Because I live in America. But yeah. Dead system, dead country, dead chat. We truly live in a society, don't we? One sec. Yeah. Keep going, shall we? Let's keep digging. Another 2 layers done. I mean, it's not like Minecraft isn't popular with the kids. However, I would struggle to imagine these kids actually being patient enough to dig chunks, unfortunately. Truly a dead society. But that's okay. Hey, Error, how you doing? Man, Loki, how do you teach patience? I feel... I'm a very patient person, and I could not tell you how to teach patience. I feel like I just have it. Imagine American society if we were able to teach the importance of patience and delayed gratification. Yeah. We're doing the literal opposite of delayed gratification and learning to be patient. That's for certain. So are we just like cooked then? Do we have no way to fix our society? Do we just have to suffer as a generation? Right, but like knowing how to fix the problem doesn't do any good if we're not actually communicating in a way to actually get people on board. I think that's the issue. A lot of people in this country are very individualistic and very reactionary. So unless you can provide a system that caters to individualism and reactionaryism, you're just not gonna get through to a lot of people, apparently. unfortunately, I don't know if this is true or not, but I feel like, unfortunately, like, maybe the only way to actually fix our system is to literally just let it crumble and then show people this is why you should have listened and actually let us fix the system. I don't want to do that, though, because that's kind of horrifying and very, like, dangerous. Not to mention how much pain and suffering that would cause. Yeah, I feel like that's really the only times we ever learn. But then we never learn forever. We learn for a generation, maybe 3 at most, and then we just slowly start regressing as all the people who are alive for the worst of it start dying off. And then the memory becomes exactly that, just a memory. Just history, rather than reality. True. I love playing with the nuclear families and their nukes. Every good thing has an end. I mean, I don't know if I should say it, but like, have we ever actually truly had a good thing in this country? Maybe good for specific people. Definitely not good for everyone. I mean, as someone who was born into this country in the last 25 years, I cannot remember a time in this country that was ever good. And in fact, I was born into a country that was quickly declining. I had maybe like 1 or 2 decent years at the very start of my life that I cannot remember. And then, yeah, that's about it. Yeah. And even if it wasn't necessarily in this country, there was always something bad going on somewhere in the world. Because we just cannot get along with each other, no matter how hard we try or don't try. I should have invested all of my money into Bitcoin, Apple, Amazon, instead of playing Minecraft and playing Flash games at 5 years old. Or I guess all of my family's money. I didn't have money at 5 years old. I don't know. I try not to despair too much because honestly, even with as bad as this country is and as bad as the world is, I can only say that in my own personal life experience, as troubled as it's been in times, I'm currently in an okay position right now and can still enjoy my life day to day, even with all the stressors that exist out there. Financial, social, political. At least I have chunk digging. At least I have my girlfriend. I have the people that support me around me. There's only so much worrying I should be doing when I can just enjoy my life day to day instead. Not to say that I should be ignorant or try and avoid the realities of this world, but I should also try and enjoy the moments that do exist, the good moments that do exist, rather than only stressing about the bad. I think for me that might be the best way to cope with it. I mean, if nothing else, we don't have to endure the tragedy of this world forever. Yeah. Why has the streamer decided to dig 1024 chunks in Minecraft? Excellent question, new chatter. The streamer has decided he likes to dig a lot in Minecraft and wants to dig a very large hole in the ground. So he has gone on this journey to destroy a huge area of his world to fulfill the satisfaction of digging. Basically, I like digging, and this is fun. The benefits, you get to chill, and you get to dig. I could recommend it as a stress reliever. But you have to actually find it fun. If you don't find it fun, I would not recommend it. I do not do things that I do not find fun. But luckily, I find digging very fun, so I do it. Is this a dopamine detox? Not really. I get plenty of dopamine from this. It's just, I guess, maybe not as big of a hit of dopamine as, like, other video games could and do give me, maybe. But to say that I'm not getting dopamine would be completely false. I actually enjoy doing this. Oh man, speaking of dopamine, listen to this. Oh my goodness. A digging fetish. I don't think you need to call it a fetish. I am enjoying my hobby of digging in Minecraft. I don't think it goes beyond anything actually weird. In my opinion. In my humble opinion. This is a weird hobby streamer? It's only weird if you think it's weird. And personally, I do not find it weird to play a video game. If you find video games weird, then maybe you're onto something. It's maybe a more unorthodox way to enjoy a video game, but I don't see it as anything different than doing like a leveling grind in a video game or something like that. It's the same idea, just not maybe as straightforward in terms of like actual game progression, you know? Former number 1 in rank score. But yeah, it's true. It's true. But yeah, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch. But I personally see nothing weird about this. I'm just doing what I find fun, and that's all that matters to me. Of course, if other people like it too, then that's awesome. Pixel!
Hey, man. What's up, man?
Thank you, chatter. Thank you for tuning in. How was your stream? Welcome, Pixel Nation. I don't know if Pixel is giving you guys a name, but Pixel Nation, welcome. Hey, man. What's up, man? But yeah, hopefully your stream was good. Welcome. Roblox. That's like this game, but worse. Sorry, I had to. It was so monotonous. Well, thankfully you've tuned into something that isn't monotonous. I mean, to be fair, I think something being fun and something being monotonous don't have to be like disagreeing things. Like it can both be monotonous and fun. Unless I don't know the actual definition of monotonous, but oh, silverfish. Lurking. We're doing the not fun monotony. I understand. I think most people use monotonous as a negative term anyways, so I get it. It is merely a joke. $10.5 million blocks mined. Awesome, awesome. 10.51 actually. Dude, how have I still not gotten any? I swear I've thrown like 30 eggs now and not gotten a single chicken. I've thrown at least a stack of eggs now in a row without getting a single chicken. It actually feels like the bird flu is going on in my game and right now. New update. The birds flies down. More coal, more coal. Ah. Easy. Hmm. Guys, I have a question. Do I need to start adding gambling to the chat? Do I need to start giving the chat little toys to play with? Like, literally, I think there's a stream element thing where you can just gamble points. Yeah, but it's something that, like, you guys can just do without a mod or streamer involved at all. I think that's the difference. Okay. Just checking in. Alright, no toys. I don't know what you guys would have predictions on. What? What? This guy's stream sniping me. What the heck? Maybe you guys start doing predictions in chat if I'll break a pick this stream or not. If you want to, I'm not opposed to that at all. Yeah. Well, if we do it more often, I think maybe more people would get involved. Probably because we don't usually have interactive stuff. People are not really paying attention. I don't know, maybe I could do like an announcement thing in the Discord about it or something to bring more awareness. Or maybe not. I don't know, man. I'm just here to dig. But I do want the stream to be, like, if nothing else, like, slightly entertaining. Maybe I'm overthinking again, though. Maybe I need to start putting on my Mr. Beast voice, then the people would love chunk digging. Yeah. I know you guys don't care that much. That's why you guys are my regular viewers. Like, you guys are happy with the stream as is. I'm more thinking about newbies joining in, and they don't have their little toys to play with, and then they get impatient and leave. But now that I'm thinking about it, maybe we don't need to cater to that. Maybe catering to that will lead to the inevitable downfall of society. Or speed it up. Dead society. Dead chat. Dead stream. Dead streamer. Dead chunk. I think I always have a little voice in my head that nags me about not constantly filling in the silence with something, even though I know that I don't strictly need to do that. You know, one nice thing about doing the digging, though, honestly, is that it gives me time to think sometimes. That's usually what I'm doing when I'm not talking to you guys. Yeah. I feel like that's why I don't feel like I'm that entertaining, though, because without chat interaction, I don't have very much to say. And also, I'm not sure I want to subject you guys to my inner monologue. I think that would quickly turn out to be worse than dead air. I feel like chat interaction's really easy for me, though. I actually have no problem with that, for the most part. Like, I feel like I can be slightly... Not very, but slightly entertaining when I like interact with you guys, but I don't know, just on my own, eh. I think some people are more suited to just endlessly talking than others. That's probably the trait that like the biggest streamers have that I definitely do not. I swear, sometimes I'll open like a big streamer and they're literally just constantly talking. And I'm just like I can't do that. I mean, then again, they also have like infinite chat going on, but like even still, I feel like at a certain point there's just a point where I don't want to talk anymore, you know? Wait, I was in the middle of a different thought, but I forgot what it was. Oh wait, I think I was saying like if I'm not talking though, I honestly have a lot of time to think while I do these streams. More time than when I'm just, you know, playing something that takes a lot more focus, like Osu or something. And I think, in a way, that can be a little scary, but it's also kind of good. Because then I'm not sitting in bed having all of these thoughts. I'm doing it while I'm still awake, and then I can relax as I go to sleep. I don't know if that makes sense, or if anyone relates to that, but I feel like everyone needs thinking time in the day, but it shouldn't be spent when you're trying to go to sleep or something. Maybe consciously or not, everyone has a time and place they do thinking, but it's not always necessarily the best place or time for them to do so. I think for me, letting my stressful thoughts kind of wander while I'm doing something relaxing like this is kind of nice, like helpful, even. Because when I start thinking like that when I'm trying to go to sleep, then it's like, Well, this sucks. I'm trying to sleep here. Trying to force myself to relax. And that doesn't come naturally to me. I don't know. I think I'm just kind of naturally an anxious person anyways, so... GG. Oh, I got a message. Hold on. Oh, man, I should really leave that server. Sorry, this is the server I'm in that I get like 1 to 3 pings a day that I literally never want to be pinged for, but also just never muster up the energy to actually just leave the server. And it's especially annoying when I actually need to wait for a ping from someone, like my girlfriend, so I know when to pick her up from work, for example. Because we communicate through Discord rather than text message. Yes, thank you, Pixel, for the forced chat interaction. Beautiful. My favorite Osu beat map as the Osu completionist is, Tiger Yamato, Tiger Yamato. Yeah. I mean, that's literally how we started communicating with each other anyway, so it didn't really make sense for us to switch to text message when we start a relationship when we already built our relationship so far through Discord anyways. And we both use Discord regularly, so... Although sometimes I'll send her a text just to throw her off. I don't know why, but like, one of my favorite things to do is just catch her off guard. But like, not in ways that are like scary or anything, just like, just very small minor things, like just switching up where I message her one day. But I never really do that with like an important message or anything. I'll literally just send a text that'll be like meow, and that's it. Have I struck gold yet? Not yet. Still looking. I'm gonna keep gambling and hope that I find it soon. Yeah. Every block mined equals $1 going to the US military budget. We must keep increasing the budget. Because of course, 1 block equals 1 USD. Let's never forget that. Alright. By the way, heads up guys. Today's stream is going to be a pretty short one. I'm most likely going to need to leave in the next like 15-20 minutes, so I need to be ready for that. And I also only have one more pick anyways, so I would have to go tool repairing anyhow. So probably in the next 5 minutes here, we'll wrap it up for today. I'll see if I can do a little bit of a longer one tomorrow. I think if I really wanted to on my work days, I could do like maximum 3-hour streams. Anything longer than that would be very difficult though. I did almost a 3-hour yesterday though. Or like at least 2.5 hour. Because honestly, my motivation for this has still been really high. Like I actually feel 0 burnout from this, which is awesome. But I just literally need more time, man. Does someone here want to give me time? Anyone got some time to spare? These creepers are trying to make me stay for a little bit longer. Just grow some. Should have planted the time tree when I had the chance. unlucky that we're not going to be able to finish this last two layers here. Unless I get really lucky with lapis and coal. Or I guess shoveling blocks works too. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Oh. Okay, yeah. That's gonna be it for me today. I will have to do tool repairing tomorrow. Unfortunate, but that's how it is.